Three-time All-Pro, six-time Pro Bowler, Davante Adams on the program. Oh, Davante, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing this morning?
I'm really good. I like the Fresno State. I just looked at the record. I don't follow the college game. Looks like a couple tough losses, but have some wins in there, too. Why are we rocking the shirt today?
It was just in the front of the closet. You know, I was supporting on Saturday, so I ran it back. It's a nice look. They win Adidas now, so I got to wear all the vintage stuff.
I love it. We're seeing a different part of your house, a little more of Davante Adams. We didn't see you on the field, which is rare. I feel like you always play in every game. It's super rare. How are you feeling?
Getting better. Getting better every day is something that is very cliche, but it's something that we just got to take week to week at this point. I'm feeling much better than I was even, on game day. So we trending in the right direction.
What happened?
Just felt a little weird on the hammies and on the Thursday practice last week, and obviously haven't missed a game in a while. So it was a very unfamiliar feeling having to watch the guys from the sideline, other than preseason. So wasn't a fan of that, but I'm looking forward to getting back on the field.
I'd like to know what that was like, because you haven't missed a game since 2021. You're one of the most durable players out there. You're having to be on the sideline. What was going through your head? What was that experience?
It sucked. There's nothing worse than being a player that a team relies on and counts on, and then you feeling helpless because you can't really do anything. Being on the sideline and watching and supporting. I try to give all the support and guidance to the young guys as much as I can, but you start to miss it while you're out there. So definitely looking forward to getting back out there.
Now you're saying that. Are you playing this week? You got the Broncos, division rivalry.
Not sure yet. We're doing everything we can to get back on the field, and honestly, I don't know. So I'm trying to, get healthy and do everything that I can and to stay on top of that, because the worst thing that you could do, especially with a situation like a hammy, is try to force it, get out there, and then do long-term damage because you were trying to be greedy and not understand the process. So not fun at all not being out there, but I think my teammates will appreciate it more for the long run. You
and Max were out there. Did you have any takeaways from the game? Like, I was like, the deal, look, they're getting to the quarterback. They were doing their things. What were your takeaways from sort of seeing the game from a different perspective?
Well, this game was kind of the epitome of, next man up mentality. And I think everybody kind of, I know guys like DJ Turner, obviously Trey and Jacoby. Jacoby's been in a position where he's, he had a great season last year, and he's not really the type of guy that needs something to happen for him to get a boost. But sometimes there's, it goes one way or the other. I feel like once you're behind and, you get thrusted into a position where now you expected to do more, you either fall off or, you come out and you put on and do your thing and hold your own. And that's what you've seen from a lot of those guys on Sunday.
You had a hamstring injury way back, like 2020, long time ago. Does this seem similar? How does it compare to that one?
No, actually, that one felt worse. So that's good news. I missed 2 games with that, and I think I could have played in the second one, honestly. So I'm optimistic, but definitely can't make any promises.
So this big story happens where they think your coach, or your coach did, I actually don't know, likes this post about you getting traded. When you heard of that, I guess my first question is, how soon did you hear from Coach?
I haven't heard from him. I haven't talked to him. So I haven't, I don't know. I don't really know exactly what that was about. Obviously, I got, social media is a beast. So it's a lot of people out there that saw it and, wondering what's going on, and people reaching out. And I haven't spoke to him.
Well, I'm surprised by that. I would think okay. Well, I would think you work together every day. So if I would say, oh shoot, I accidentally hit that, I unliked it. Now it's this huge story. Is that just kind of like what the dynamic is? That's not something that you want to hear from him?
Honestly, it's hard to comment on. I'm sure you would imagine as such, but it's one of those situations where I just keep my head down and keep doing my thing, and let the chips fall where they may, as it pertains to that. But I haven't. There's been no communication with anybody from the team since that became a thing. But it's kind of just like the weekly "What's up with Tay" thing. It's always some sort of drama. But at the end of the day, 1-7 doesn't create any of it. So people can say what they want, but I'm just chilling, trying to be the model for, not stirring the pot and just locking in and doing what I got to do.
I know what you're doing. You've said it many times. You are focused. You want to be out there. You talk about being a Raider. You talk about your decision to all of these things. And then, but it's not about you. It's almost like this other narrative. So it's like one of those things where, do you believe where there's smoke, there's fire? Because it seems like there's something going on here. How much do you think, and how much does it bother you when you keep hearing these trade things? Because I would be paranoid.
Yeah, it gets annoying for sure, but it's, I'm one of those players that people like to talk about one way or the other. So thank God that he blessed me with the ability to just focus in on what I need to focus in on and not get sidetracked by any of the outside noise. So if, better than anybody, we've talked about this many times, and I feel like that's why you have respect for me. If I was the type of guy that, let certain things that people say on the outside get to me, then, I wouldn't be in the position that I am now. And I've had some ups and downs in the league, and through it all, I've just tried to stay like this and, do my part in that. So whatever else happens, what people are talking about, what people are tweeting, liking, whatever it is, I can't do anything about that. So I just focus on tape.
I think I respect so much among the many things, just your self-discipline and not, I would be losing my mind. I would be, what did that mean? I would be going crazy. You don't even, they come to you at the quarterback situation, your voice, you're a veteran, you're the greatest players to ever play. This isn't like have you guys talked about these sort of rumors together? There's been no conversations at all?
I mean, it's obviously come up in certain times, but what you try to do, especially in a situation where, at this point it's weekly or bi-weekly where there's some sort of trade, something, or people talking about if I'm happy or, this or that. If I were to let that factor into my mindset or start to disturb me, then it would be a really long season. So I do a really good job. Like I said, thank God, at just focusing in on what I got to focus in on. And I legitimately don't care what people think at all. And I think that I'm extremely blessed to have that trait. Like I said, it's a very stressful game, and it's a lot of people that constantly, it's the business of entertainment. So people are going to be talking about what you say, what you did, and what you do, and what you're going to do constantly. So you got to find a way to be centered and just focus on yourself.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see you throw a touchdown like Amon-Ra did. Did you see that highlight?
I did.
Let's take a look. Jared Goff's getting a lot of love last night, 18 for 18 or whatever, but you were on receiver, you were on Netflix. You can't let your co-star outdo you like this. Talk me through this play. Yeah,
that kid right there he's a jack of all trades, not to mention Goff being covered and the late hand. We need to talk about the catch too. Honestly, that's low key late hands. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of late hands. I don't know about the high stepping after. I might have to say something to him about that next time I see him. But great ball, great catch, and I know that the stadium was going crazy.
Hold on, my producer's saying something in my ear. What? Oh, he said he threw it in the crowd. Would you have wanted him to? Would you have wanted to keep the ball?
Would I have wanted to keep the ball of my first passing touchdown?
Yeah, I want to see. I didn't see him throw it in the crowd. Can I see that again?
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
I didn't see that at the end. Let's recue that. By the way, we went and looked to see if you've ever thrown a touchdown pass. You haven't, but you threw a ball once. But let's talk through this thing. He throws it into the crowd. What was he thinking?
Let me see. Did he throw it?
I don't know.
I didn't see that part.
Oh, it's not in this clip. Okay, sorry about that. That was a botched thing. It's okay. Go ahead, Davante.
I've thrown my fair share of footballs into the stands, but I'm not a big. That's an emotional deal. That's something that just happens. You never plan that because I think the last time I did it in Kansas City in 22, I got fined like $12,000 or something like that. So I'm not in the business of just giving away money like that. So I wouldn't advise that. And Goff is tripping too. I don't know if he ever scored a receiving touchdown. You got to keep that ball either way, whether it's for Amon or it's for Goff. Either way, you got to keep that one.
He never kept it. If you had to line up under center, if you got to for an entire game, what kind of stat line are you putting up?
Realistically, I would say we might be a little run heavy. First game. Okay. So if I had to guess, I would say they probably let me throw 15 passes, and I'll probably throw for 153 yards. But I'm going 12 for 15.
12 for 15. I love.
we throwing screens and letting my guys get some yak.
I want you to pick 2 receivers that you would that you would have in that game. Choose your starters. Ooh.
Guys that playing right now. I'm gonna go Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker.
Wow, smart answer. We love to hear that company man here. We're in the Fresno State. Oh, have you ever thrown a touchdown to Aaron Rodgers in practice? The whole control room's asking. Gotta ask you.
I have, and I wish I could get to it quick enough because I got the video on my phone. But it might take too long, and I don't want to get awkward. But I have.
No, try to please find it. Can you try to find it? I'd love to see that. And that happened in practice. While you're looking for it, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. You two can't avoid the storylines, can you? What's up with that?
I don't know. What are they talking about us? I don't know.
They're always talking about you, and I'm a little guilty about starring stuff between you two, but separately too. You know, Aaron Rodgers, the whole Cadence conversation. What did you make of that?
I think I didn't make anything of it. I think everybody likes to make too much of nothing, and sometimes you know it's not. This is a grown man's game at the end of the day, and I think what people lose sight of sometimes is that this is not like we playing a kid's game, right? So you got Pop Warner stage, you got high school stage, you got college stage, where typically speaking, it's a little bit inappropriate to, you know, give a little bit of static to your coach and go back and forth. But this is a bunch of grown ass men playing a crazy game that's the most team game ever. You know, it takes so much to be successful and to have a successful play, let alone a good game. So there's going to be a lot of different ideas. I mean, Aaron's 40 years old too. That's another thing you got to take into account. Like him and Salah are almost, you know, I don't even know how old Salah is, but it can't be that much older than him. So being able to kind of work through things and let you know the tempers fly sometimes, like that's a normal thing. And you know, we had that multiple times. You know, me and Matt weren't always perfectly on the same page in Green Bay. Me and Josh weren't always on perfect, you know, the same page. So sometimes you just gotta let grown men be grown men, and if Salah isn't having an issue with what he's doing, then you know, you gotta take it for what it is, and don't make more than what you need to make in certain situations.
I was hearing lots of people, greats, MVP, like Matt Ryan saying, you know, Aaron's got to say, you get on my page, you got to rise to where I am. I am the quarterback, the MVP multiple times over, all of that, and everyone's saying that, but how do you do it? I still don't understand how you did it. And you did it slowly over years, and I know we're trying to get Garrett Wilson to the right speed and all of that. Like, how do you do it? How do you get to his level? And it's really not even getting to his level, it's getting his trust and then not losing it. Correct.
And it's something that, like I've talked about multiple times, it's something that takes a long time to establish, but when Aaron's all about the attention to detail. So snap count, that's attention to detail. We got to be locked in on something like that. You know, we always talked about in Green Bay that the play is hard enough to win on its own. So let's not lose it pre-snap. You know, at least make it, you know, a competitive thing. Sometimes you're gonna get outmanned. Sometimes you're gonna get out-muscled, and you know, sometimes a guy's gonna be faster than you. But make the control variable. At least let's get our pre-snap operation smooth, and you know, everybody hears the same snap count in the huddle. So there's really no excuse for some of these things. So holding people accountable, I agree. Sometimes that's what you got to do versus trying to run from it and you know, have certain consequences if guys can't get right. And that's the winning culture that we had in Green Bay. And that's why, you know, we had so many successful years. Obviously didn't win a Super Bowl, which sucked, but my last 3 years there, 13 games, you know, 3 years in a row. That doesn't happen by on accident. So you got to be detailed, and you got to, you know, demand the most from your teammates.
When I think about you and your happiness, and I was thinking about, you know, Brady and Baker had this like another stupid miscommunication moment where Brady's saying like it's fun to win Super Bowls, and then, you know, people were thinking Baker saying you have to have fun to. How much does fun matter to you at this point in your career?
I mean, it's always, that'll never change. You know, I forget who says it, but somebody said the moment I stop having fun with it, I'll be done with it. And that's 100% how I feel about this game. I mean, it's a great game. It's giving us so many different opportunities, you know, the money, the notoriety, you know, fame for some people. And at the end of the day, you got to figure out what it means to you. And if it's just going through the motions and playing ball and you're not enjoying it, then, you know, for anybody, I would suggest that you move on from the game. So I'm having a lot of fun, and I want to continue doing that. So that's the best way.
Love to hear that. I want to show you the play before we let you go, the Garrett Wilson play, because nobody can help translate this better than you. You know which one I'm talking about. Let's cue it up here. Fourth quarter, miscommunication, and he got those Aaron Rodgers eyes. Talk me through what happened here.
Yeah, I mean, just based off of the coverage, you get in like a two shell, cover 4. Obviously, Aaron was hoping that he would have gotten his head around a little sooner, to kind of put it on him and make the field goal a little bit easier. And I think sometimes it's not always easy. It's not always easy to do that on the fly because you got to read coverage. But that's one of those plays that Aaron and I had many of those early on in my career where we didn't link up on it, and then hopefully that'll be a moment for Garrett to kind of learn from, and now he'll know for the next time. And Aaron's the type of guy, he may be in a huddle and he'll tell you in a 2-minute situation at the end of the game, 46 seconds left in the game, and he'll say, "Hey, Tate or Garrett, like you remember back in 2022 when we got that one look and you didn't look quick enough. Like I need you to just get your eyes around quick." So, just filing that away in your memory bank, dealing with the elephant, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You got to be able to recall and correct some of those mistakes.
Davante, I think you miss him.
How could you not? How could you not?
Just hearing you talk about him, it's an amazing thing that I just think you missed him. That's all I'm going to say. But we'll see if you play this week against the Broncos, who just beat the Jets. So we'll get into that. And what I'm hearing is that here's what a lot of people think you may never play another down as a Raider. What would you say to that?
All I can control is this talk we're having right here, and then after we're done with this, all I can control is the next thing that I'm on to. So I'm gonna get up in a minute and get a nice workout in, and that's all I can control.
31 teams are about to go at 32, including you're just gonna. Here's the thing: you have the chance to shut the door, but it's not. Here, this is what I'm hearing from Davante. It's not about you. It's you are settled and you're on to the next, and there's a lot more going on. I hope you hear from your coach today.
Yeah, I do too.
Thank you. Oh, boy. Thank you, Davante Adams. Appreciate you. Feel better, most importantly. And hopefully, I don't know, an injury meant more time with his beautiful family as well.